This next story really inspires me. It's the story of Marilyn Hamilton, and it's a story about extraordinary courage. Marilyn has always had guts, and back on a beautiful afternoon 25 years ago, she went out hand gliding, but that day when she took a steep dive, she crashed into a side of a mountain. She woke up paralyzed from the waist down, disabled, but not unable. Marilyn's gone on not only to lead an active life, but to change the lives of disabled people all over the world. Nobody who is in a wheelchair today is the same because of her extraordinary work. Take a look at the video.
It was devastating. I had a hang gliding accident and could no longer walk. The first wheelchair that I received was about 60 pounds. Life in a wheelchair wasn't the image that I thought of myself. My hopes were shattered, my dreams were gone, and I had to create new ones. I grabbed a couple of friends that were manufacturing hang gliders at the time and said, "Come on guys, you're gonna make me a wheelchair. You know, I gotta get back into my life." We invented a new type of wheelchair, and we called it the Quickie because it was fun, and it had a lot of bolt-on accessories. It had total adjustability. Once you got in it, you didn't want to get out of it.
Marilyn Hamilton had made a breakthrough, a wheelchair like none other, for people who longed for independence and the chance to be active and back in the world.
I just wanted to figure out how to go back and play tennis and ski and do all the things that I typically did.
It wasn't acceptable for her to say, "I can't do it anymore." She figured out another way to do it, and then made it possible for everybody else in the country and chairs to do it.
While her wheelchair business grew, Marilyn became a voice for the disabled and reached out to thousands with hope and inspiration.
That first year when I got sick, I was lost, you know, until I met Marilyn. And she's like, "Cody, are you gonna be pushed around your entire life? You know, what's going on here, girl? You have to get out there, you know, you have to do these things. You know, you have to live your dreams."
She was the first, she was a pioneer. She was the face of spinal cord injury that made it acceptable for people to hire us, for us to be out in the world to live in. My take on Marilyn has a little bit to do with wheelchairs, but it has a whole lot to do with attitude and the way you attack life.
Marilyn travels the country encouraging people to demand the best from life. She created a nationwide scouting program for kids called Winners on Wheels.
Yeah, all right.
She's convinced top designers to create one-of-a-kind wheelchairs for a big New York fashion show. Marilyn Hamilton is the dynamic face of disabled people everywhere.
And I think that's the one thing that Marilyn really understands is you know, when something happens to you, you know, you look for answers, you look for solutions, and she's right there on it.
There'll never be another Marilyn Hamilton.
Hi there, how you doing today?
Today, Marilyn is concentrating much of her efforts on high-tech power chairs, from which a person can control the TV, windows, air conditioning, and more. To her, it's all about independence.
Independence is a right that everyone deserves to have in their lives. It's something more than just believing, it's really knowing. And really, all it takes is dreaming, and whatever you think about, you can accomplish.